Hi, so I had a Meet the Artist night at the Linden Public Library earlier this year, and this is a presentation that I showed during that night. So here is information about the artists behind the brand Nightowl Doodles. So here's like a table of contents of what you will see. Here's me. My name is Lindsay Beverly. My online handle, Nightowl Doodles. I am 24 years old. I mainly do traditional art. So my main medium right now is watercolors. Occasionally I will do like color pencils and alcohol-based markers. I would say my style is surrealism, subject matter, portraits. I do a lot of theme series nowadays. Style inspirations, a lot of like the TV shows growing up, especially like the animations. So, you know, Disney princesses, DC comics, etc., etc. And then there was like a lot of artists on YouTube that also inspired me. In my early days, it was like Juicy Ink, Happy Tea Artist, Danica Sills. I would say those were like the top three, but there were like a lot more too that I like to watch. My favorite artist right now is Killag Soups. The work that he does is absolutely beautiful. As for my journey into becoming an artist, I had an art class in 6th grade and I just kept it as a hobby since. I started off with a lot of color pencils work, and then I moved on into doing like markers and then digital stuff, and then I came around to doing watercolors, and now I'm in love with watercolors, and that's what I do the most these days. Why do I do art? I think the art creation process is very relaxing. It's very satisfying. I also find it's a comfortable way to express my feelings, my imaginations, and inspirations. So when you look at my art, you can see a piece of my mind and you can see a piece of my heart, which I think is like a really cool thing and just a very comfortable way for me to express myself. Next on, I'm going to talk a little bit about each of my theme series. So I've got the disaster series. So we've got volcanic eruptions. So the hair is like the volcano and the erupting magma. The skin is the ground. And then the shoulders is like the forest at the bottom of the mountain. Next is forest fire. So the skin is the tree trunk or like the bark. The hair is like the tree leaves. So we see the tree leaves are green and they go to brown as it gets burnt, as it gets closer to the fire that's raging at the bottom. Next is drought. So the skin is the ground, and then there's cracks in the skin since there's cracks in the ground of like a drought from how dry it is. Next is tsunami. So the hair is the ocean wave, the skin is the ground, so the face is like the sandy beach, and then the shoulders is like that, the bird's eye view of the city, and you see the wave going over the beach and into the city. And then there's oil spill. So the hair is like the oil, and then the skin is the Gulf water. So like you see how the oil is like seeping into the Gulf water. Next up is my solar system series. So I like looked into a little bit of like information about each of the planets so that I could make each of my like designs like related to the planet itself. So for Mercury is like a rocky planet. It is solid cratered surface. The surface appears grayish brown to the human eye, and then there's bright streaks, also known as crater rays, formed when asteroids or comets strike the surface. So that's like the white rays that you see on her skin. Then there's Venus. Venus is a hot, dry, rocky planet. It's a white yellowish planet with a reddish brown surface. It has lots of valleys, mountains, and volcanoes on the surface with channels running through that look like rivers, but it's not like rivers. It's like rivers of lava since it's like too hot for water. And then there's Earth, you know, the only planet with liquid water and the only planet known to inhabit life. And it has a single moon that orbits around the planet. So that's our planet Earth. I think she looks beautiful. She's my favorite. And then next up, we got Mars. Mars is a dusty, cold desert world. It's also known as the red planet due to the red appearance from oxidation? What? How do you say that word? Or rusting of iron in rock and dust that gets kicked up into the atmosphere. It has two small moons, Phobos and Deimos. They're potato-shaped and heavily crater-captured asteroids. And then next is Jupiter, gas giant whose signature stripes and swirls are cold, windy clouds. It has dark stripes called belts and then the lighter bands called zones, and they flow in opposite directions. And it has that iconic great red spot that's a giant raging storm. And you know, the colors of Jupiter is due to the gases, and it has like 95 official moons. Next is Saturn. Saturn is a gas giant with clouds that appear as stripes that are shades of yellow, brown, and gray. It has beautiful rings made of pieces of comets, asteroids, chunks of ice, and rock that appear as pinks, grays, and browns. And it has 146 moons ranging in many sizes. Next up is Uranus. It's a cold, windy world, ice giant, two sets of faint rings that are gray and reddish. It has 28 small moons. It rotates at nearly a 90-degree angle, which is why she's sideways in the painting. So it has that unique tilt that makes it look like the planet is spinning sideways. The methane in the atmosphere is what gives it its signature blue color. Then we got Neptune, another dark, cold ice giant. It's similar to Uranus. It's blue because of the methane in the atmosphere, and it has 16 known moons. And then we got Pluto, who's no longer a planet. Pluto was reclassified as a dwarf planet. It has 5 known moons, and it is reddish brown. Last but not least is our sun. I had to draw her as well. The sun is the star at the center of our solar system. It is a hot, glowing ball of hydrogen and helium providing light and heat to the atmosphere, to our solar system, whatever. And its gravity holds the solar system together. So I try to make each of the paintings related to the information that I was showing on these slides. And then, yeah, thank you for listening to my presentation. And there's information on my online shop. I got discount codes and whatnot. And yeah, that's my presentation.